everyone, my name is Len Arboleda, and today we're going to be talking about event hosting. Welcome to Start with 5, and for our pilot episode, I thought I'd share with you some of the things I've learned about being a host over the years. I started hosting when I was in college, mainly for school events in UST. And then after college, I became a radio DJ at 106.7 Cool and later on at WRR 101.9 for Live. I was DJ Billy for about 10 years of my life. During my time as a DJ, I was able to do a lot of hosting and I really enjoyed it. So I've hosted corporate events, mall shows, marketing activations, school events, weddings, anniversaries, barangay fiestas, and bikini contests, and all of that. But right now, I have a day job. I have a full-time job. I'm in corporate communications, but I still get to host our company events and also as a sideline when I have the time. I know that live events are still a bit limited because of the pandemic. But it's still best to be prepared so that when things get back to normal or something close to normal, then you would be ready to get right into the action. Aside from that, people are also getting into online events, so there is still an opportunity for you to host in there. So let's get right to it. 5 ways to improve your hosting skills, starting with number 1. Remember that it's about the message. When you're hosting, I think it's easy to get carried away and make it about you. Like you get so conscious about how you speak, how you look, if you're being witty, and all of that. I guess this is understandable because, you have the spotlight on you. You're the one with the microphone. And then when you talk, everybody listens. But the thing is, when you're an event host, it's not really or it's not specifically about you. It's about the purpose of the event. So what is the gathering for? What should the audience feel when they are a part of that event? And what action should they take after the event is done? So you are there for a reason, and that is to help the client deliver their message. For instance, kung wedding yung hinuhostan mo, syempre ang bida dapat dyan yung bride and groom, di ba? And ang essence ng event na yon is you want to highlight yung pagmamahalan nila as, the married couple. Now, if it's a marketing campaign, then your purpose is to highlight the product or the service that is being promoted, and you have to be able to encourage the people to buy that product or try out the service that's being promoted. So like I said, it's all about the message that you want to send. This means that everything you do on stage should be in service of the event's purpose. That's tip number 1. Let's go right into number 2. Number 2 is learn to listen. Now, a lot of people think that just because somebody has a nice voice or is talkative or is funny, then that person could easily excel at hosting. But while those are good qualities for an event host to have, it's not really just about speaking. Hosting is actually also about listening. You have to pay attention to the people that you share the stage with so that you can interact with them accordingly. You can help make them feel comfortable. For example, if there is a guest who is trying to explain something but is going around in circles, you can step in and help him organize his thoughts. Pwede magtanong ka ng mga relevant questions so that you can break down the topic para hindi mahirapan yung guest mag-explain, and at the same time, hindi rin nahihirapan yung audience na intindihin yung topic. Now, you can only do that if you know how to listen to the people that you share the stage with. But of course, listening is not just about the verbal messages. You also need to pay attention to the non-verbal cues. Halimbawa, if you have a panel discussion happening and one of your guests might not be as energetic or as loquacious or as talkative as the other people in the panel, well, pwede mo siyang isali dun sa usapan so that he doesn't feel naman out of place. So make him a part of the conversation, maybe throw a question his way, make him feel more comfortable, and then you take it from there. All right? That is tip number 2, learn to listen. We move on with number 3. Mind your pre-show routine. Okay, as with many things in life, preparation is the key. So before a hosting gig, you research what you can about the guests or the products that will be featured in the show. This will help you come up with a good script if you're the one who's writing it. But even if you're not writing the script yourself, this is still helpful because come showtime, you will be able to ask relevant questions, make relevant ad libs, especially if you need to stretch or in case there is a dead air. And this is something that always happens, and you have to be ready. You have to be up on your feet, ready na saluhin yung situation para walang dead air dun sa programa ninyo. Now, if it's a personal event, you can try and get to know the celebrators a little, maybe send some questions in advance so that you learn a little bit about them. If it's a corporate event, maybe read up about the brand, about their purpose, about their objective for the event. Just make sure that you have reliable references when you do read up on the brands that you will be working with. Now, come event day, when you're on set, you can try and engage the guests in a quick chat. This is going to serve as a warm-up so that they will be comfortable talking to you on stage, and then you can establish a bit of chemistry with them. On a more physiological angle, this is actually good for warm-up. You can warm up your voice, loosen or relieve the facial tension, and then loosen up, especially if you're so hyped. Pagka magsisimula ka palang mag-host, there's nervous excitement. So, you can, if you chat with the people that you'll be working with, you get a bit more comfortable, and then you can relax a little, and you're able to give off the right energy to your audience. That is tip number 3. Moving on to number 4. This is quite practical. Always have a pen with you. When you're on stage, you're managing a lot of things. The crowd watching the show, the guests who are featured in the event, the flow of the program. So it's very easy to get overwhelmed and forget some important things. Like kung merong mga last minute instructions para sa'yo yung director or yung floor director, or maybe some key points about the presentations or from the presentations that you need to ad-lib about. So this is where you go old school and take out your pen, write down some notes on your script. This way you have a quick reference. I'm sure that some might be thinking, but you can do this on your phone. You can write down your notes on your phone. But it's so hard to be fiddling with a gadget when you're in the middle of hosting an event kasi mataas yung risk na baka mas ma-dead air ka pa if you have to unlock and then find where your notes are. And of course, it doesn't look too professional if you have a phone with you unless na lang talagang kailangan siya dun sa event, di ba? But otherwise, go old school, take out your pen, and that will be enough. We move on to our final tip, and that is accept that nerves are part of the experience. I've been hosting for about 20 years now, and I still get so nervous just before the event starts. It's excitement and anxiety rolled into one. Like, I'm excited to host, but I'm also super worried about, doing something embarrassing. But, that's all right, because if you're nervous, it only means that you care so much about the event and you want to do a good job. But what you can do to handle that or to manage that is to psych yourself by focusing on the purpose of the event. Again, you go back to the message of the event and what your role is in making that happen or carrying out that purpose. So you look at the big picture and you don't obsess over the little things. Remember that you've done what you can to prepare. You've done your research. You've made sure that you're dressed well and dressed comfortably. And, you can just channel your energy into excitement for the event that is about to unfold. The nerves will go away in just a matter of seconds once you're able to transfer, all that bundled up energy within you to the audience, and then you will be able to relax more. And that's it. Those are just some of the things that have worked for me, and I hope that you learned something today. So let's do a quick recap of that one. 5 ways to improve your hosting skills. Remember that it's about the message. Learn to listen. Mind your pre-show routine. Always have a pen with you. Accept that nerves are part of the experience. All right. I'm sure that you will be able to find a lot of other tips from other experienced hosts online, but these are just some that you can also, take into consideration as you begin your hosting career and build up your hosting career. But of course, nothing beats practice. So just keep on doing it. Keep on honing your skills, keep on practicing, and keep following your passion. The more you do it, the better you will get at it. Of course, you're going to be making some mistakes along the way. That's fine. What's important is that you learn from those mistakes. So that's 5 ways to improve your hosting skills. I hope you learned something from me today.